guys, welcome back. It's your girl P, and today I'm going to talk about the terms of service on Niteflirt. So, I've been harassed several times by other women on Niteflirt. That's why when I tell you guys to read the forums, I also tell you guys don't comment because they're going to look at your page and any little mistake that you may have, they're going to come and just really get on to you. Or it makes you feel like you're part of some mean girls organization and they're here to just tear you down. They've gotten on me for misspelling and different things, so I don't want you guys to experience that. With that being said, you guys want to also make sure that you're following all the rules. I recently went onto the forums and saw them just saying how all these girls are doing, asking for money offsite and all these things that are just totally against the terms of service. And if you want longevity on Niteflirt, you definitely, or any platform, you want to make sure that you know their rules and that you're not breaking them. So please, go to their home and help. Welcome to the Niteflirt terms of service. Sit there, take you some notes, and read everything. What I'd like to start with is the Niteflirt rules because let's face it, I could sit here and tell y'all to go read everything, but you need to go do that terms of service. I'm not going over that one's really lengthy, but their Niteflirt rules and more common things or more common mistakes that I'm reading that they're talking about, I want to make sure at least the people that are listening to me are going to hear them in some sort of way. To find it, you go to the Niteflirt Help Center, Help for Flirts, and click New Start Here. It has Niteflirt rules, so at this point you can follow along with me or you can just listen and take some notes. I'm going to read from the platform. Okay. They said, in addition to the terms of service, members agree to comply with the following rules when using Niteflirt as both a member or as a flirt. Without limiting any other remedies Niteflirt may have, Niteflirt may immediately terminate your membership and use of sites without notice if Niteflirt suspects that you have violated any of the following requirements. The terms of service, the privacy policy. So take some notes. You want to go read this. Terms of service, the privacy policy, Niteflirt rules, and affiliate agreement. Collectively may make up the Niteflirt user agreement that governs a user's access to and use of Niteflirt. Niteflirt aims to provide a safe place for you to speak your desires. In order to keep Niteflirt a safe community, we have some rules that govern what you may discuss on Niteflirt and your activity on the site. So they have a list of things, right? Prohibited content, photos, copyrighted material, personal websites, personal contact information, obtaining and using sensitive personal information, advertisements and banner ads, feedback, free promotion, minute promotions, contests, donations, sales of personal items, sales of bulk minutes, cam only or text only, advice, spam, and forums. So we will eventually get to all of that. I'm going to space it out over some videos. So the first thing that it starts with is what I am not allowed to put on my listing or use as a goodie, thumbnail, or preview. What I am not allowed to do. Personal contact information such as email, physical address, or instant messenger IDs. Advertisements for in-person meetings. Links to competitive services. Advertisements and banner ads. Prohibited content. Anything about children. Photos, nudity, and pornographic content. Copyrighted material. Feedback promotions, or other content that undermines the integrity of the feedback system, including responses to negative feedback. Free minute promotions, contests, donations, obtaining or using sensitive personal information, sale of personal items, no panties, ladies, sale of bulk minutes, cam only, or text only. These are all things that are not allowed. At this point, if you didn't hear everything I said, you feel like you missed something, go back and listen, take some notes if you need to. But these are things that are not allowed on here. I'm reading directly from the site. You want to go follow along, go in their articles and click on Flirt Help. Every single site that you're on, you should be doing this. I cannot stress the importance of it. Okay. What category should I put my live listing in? Your categories should describe you and the type of service you provide, not the callers you are trying to attract. So, I really don't know what they mean by this. In Paislee's opinion, this just means that they don't want you to act like you're doing something that you have no idea what you're doing. So, for instance, if you are trying to attract gooners and you have no clue what gooners are, what that even means, but that's what you're advertising, but that's not you and you're just trying to attract them. For me, that's how I would interpret that. However, to avoid that, just go learn. Do your research. Learn what the stuff means so you do know how to advertise it and do it correctly. Okay, let's talk about this. What I am not allowed to talk about or provide to my customers. Personal contact information. Prohibited content. They keep saying this prohibited content. Y'all better go see what classifies as prohibited content. Anything about children, links to competitive service. Why do y'all ask me all the time, can you put your Cash App on here? No. No, no, no. Any place that you accept money. No, 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 no. So links to competitive services, free minute promotions. You cannot say, I'm going to give you free minutes if you go do this. You cannot do that. Any sort of contest you cannot do. The top 3 earners get this, you can't do that on there. Asking for donations. Let me click on donations real quick just so I can see what that means. Donations. Flirts may not solicit donations from Niteflirt members for services not related to the service being provided on Niteflirt. This includes running specials on listings, sending Niteflirt mail stating all or a portion of earnings will be donated, creating payment buttons for donations or anything alike. So that's what that means. Let's go back to where I was. Sale of personal items, sale of bulk minute, cam only, or text only advice, such as medical, legal, investment, or lottery predictions. Let's go to advice because a lot of you want to be therapists or this or that, like you want to pretend to be this. So let's see what that means. Okay, so advice. Niteflirt is for entertainment purposes only. As a member of Niteflirt, you will not diagnose illnesses, provide treatments, provide medications, or otherwise act as a medical care provider through the site. You will not offer or provide advice directly or through writings as to the value of securities or as to the advisability of investing in, purchasing, or selling securities or any report or analysis concerning securities. You will not offer advice or provide any product or service related to or claiming success with lottery numbers. And then the last thing in this section that they have is spam. So let's see what spam means to them. Spam is unsolicited email messages, including commercial email, bulk email, and junk emails sent to individuals who have not given their consent to receive such messages, who have not requested information contained in such messages, and who have no prior or professional personal relationship with the sender. Members are not permitted to send spam about Niteflirt or flirt services to provide to people whom they do not know. In addition, members may not send unsolicited mail messages of any kind to members with whom you have not had prior contact or to members who have not given you the permission to send them advertising or soliciting materials. Niteflirt considers this to be spam. If a member on your My Customer list and requests that you do not send such messages, you agree to respect the wishes of that member and do not send them any messages to that member. In my opinion, one way to avoid spam is to create customer lists. Therefore, you know what customers like, what you don't like. You have notes on them. You know if you can send them stuff or if you can't. Okay, this was a lot. I hope you learned something from it, took something from there. I am always accepting consultations on PSO, CAM, schedule making, and content creations. Reach out at Mattress Actors Academy on Insta.